Today is National Unplugging Day. That sounds painful, and just in time for students to begin their spring break. What will kids do with all that free time? That's the question. Studies have shown that unstructured time and free play are a big part of kids' development. But kids these days, they aren't getting enough of it. Courtney, founder of Play Street Museum, is here to talk about the importance of unstructured play and why parents and kids should unplug this spring break. Thanks for being with us, Courtney.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you're definitely an expert on this because you have 4 kids. How hard is it to get them to unplug?
It is a challenge. It is a challenge, but it's so important because they have such structured days going from the classroom to their after-school activities. And then they come home, and a lot of times, their free time is spent in front of a screen. And so leaving little to no time for unstructured play. So we want to encourage parents to unplug for unstructured play this spring break.
So if someone at home is, watching that, okay, first of all, take me through this. What is unstructured play?
So unstructured play is when children are allowed to have open-ended playtime where adults are not giving them directions. And so they're able to really be creative and use their imaginations.
And why is that so important? Maybe some parents say, well, I think my kids, work better when I tell them exactly how to make things work. But why is it important that they get to, sort of guide what they want to do during that time?
Sure. Well, unstructured play has a lot of benefits from social, emotional, and physical and cognitive development for children. So, for example, learning how to share and build relationships, working on those gross motor skills, fine motor skills. But it's also very important to improve their creativity and their problem-solving skills, which then boost their confidence.
And when you're saying unplugging, you're not just saying, video games perhaps or a cell phone. Break down what exactly you mean when you say they need to unplug.
Sure. So a couple of activities that that you can do at home that really don't cost anything for young children is to allow them to kind of take over the family room, build a tent, a fort, using extra sheets and the couch cushions, and maybe you give them a flashlight and they're able to kind of explore and be creative. Another good example is just a box. And maybe they make a little bed for their baby doll, maybe they make a little doghouse for a stuffed animal. If you have a bigger box, it might become a spaceship, a robot, or a little house that they can play in.
And you were saying your kids, you rate 14 on down, right?
Yes.
So how is this more applicable for the younger kids, or can this still work with your teenagers?
I think it's important that everybody unplugs once in a while, but it's really good for especially for younger children because it is developmentally so important for them to really be able to improve their creativity and develop those problem-solving skills.
Well, great advice. Courtney with Play Street Museum. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Make sure y'all unplug. Y'all gonna have to pray for me about unplugging, though. All right, let's send it over to Gary right now.
Hey, first, Courtney, when you plug back in, who cleans up the living room? Your kids or you?
That's a good question.
You got to make your kids, because I heard you got a 14-year-old, so they can take care of that, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Especially if you're building forts. Somebody got to clean up.
Parents, if you're watching at home, when your kids plug back in, make sure they do the cleaning, too. All right.